Starfield just launched today. I've got about 4 hours of gameplay in, and I found a very CPU intensive area. And I wanted to give you guys a little benchmark as to what to expect in the large cities. This is by far the areas where you're going to get your lowest FPS. Now my 5950X does have a slight overclock, as well as my Red Devil Ultimate 6900 XT has a slight overclock. I have 32 gigs of RAM at 3200 megahertz. We are going to go ahead and just use the generic graphics settings. So we're going to start at low and we'll work our way up. Now, FSR2 is enabled for every single preset, and also dynamic resolution is enabled. And we are going to be getting half of our 1440p resolution at low. So you definitely are going to be sacrificing your resolution. But let's go ahead and see what we get here. You can definitely tell we are CPU limited. And, you know, the 5950X is not a, you know, it's only one generation old, so I consider it still to be a high-end CPU, and this whole system to still be a high-end system. And you can see our 1% lows is already down to 65, averaging out at 78 FPS. We're using 15 gigs of RAM, 7.8 gigs of virtual memory. And temps are very nice. I'm very happy with my temps. We're just gonna do a little swirly twirly whirly down here. And kind of do like a little figure eight. We'll loop back up. Dropping down almost below 60 FPS for the 1% lows. But getting a nice average of 78 FPS. We'll do a little swirly twirly right here. This is definitely the most CPU bottlenecked area I have found so far. Alright, now we're bumping it up to medium settings. And let's see what FPS we get here. Dang, our 1% load went all the way down to 47 there. I think it was just loading all the new textures and stuff. Now I will say this game is very demanding on 1440p. But I knew that coming into it because the recommended is a 6800 XT, and I don't recall what the recommended CPU was. I think it was like a 5600 or something like that. But this is by far the lowest FPS area I have found. Once you're out in space or in fights or whatever, it's much more GPU bound, and my FPS is much higher. I'm talking anywhere from the 80s up into the hundreds. So I didn't really want to showcase that. I can, if you guys are interested, I can go to more GPU oriented areas. But I definitely wanted to go to the areas in which I was getting the lowest FPS, so you guys can gauge, you know, if you got a 3950X, you can go, okay, well, I'm gonna get a little bit less FPS than this, so I'm at 68 average. You might be getting, I don't know, 60 average on medium settings. And that's where you can expect the lowest FPS, unless you got a very old graphics card. Then you might be in trouble. But you can see our 1% lows are down 57. Can't even hold 1% lows above 60 on medium settings. I average 68 FPS, not looking good for medium settings. We might be dipping below 60 FPS as we work our way up to ultralights. But we hit 5 gigahertz on the 5950X. Very happy about that. Alright, popping up to high settings. Now on the lower two settings, you are getting half of your resolution. So if you're at 1080p, you're going to get half of 1080p. If you're at 1440p, you're going to get a half of 1440p. Now we're bumping it up to high, and it sets it at 62% of 1440p. Alrighty, now we're on high settings. Let's see what we get. Ooh, 1% low, jumping down to 46. Holy manolis spagolis. We're definitely using more of a GPU now, taking a little bit of the pressure off of our CPU, but we're still CPU bound, and I believe we're going to be CPU bound through Ultra as well. We're down to 50 FPS, 1% lows. Still holding a solid 65 average FPS, but whenever I come down into this little circle area, that is when we drop the most. So let's see if we hit 50 FPS. I don't know, man. What's gonna happen down here? We do the swirly whirly twirly. Ah, we're gonna hold 65 average. Yeah, we did the swirly twirly. Dang, our 1% bounced around between 51 and 52 FPS. But we got it above 40. Or we got it out of the 40s, I guess I should say. Not too bad. That is crazy, though. To have a 1 generation old PC and you're sweating trying to keep an average above 60. Alrighty, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump up to Ultra. What do you guys think is going to happen? Now, I will be honest. I almost never play games on Ultra because usually it's a massive performance hit for such a small graphical increase. So most of the time, unless it's a very old game, I don't touch Ultra. But hey, we're going to test it out regardless. See what we hit here, boys. And we are getting 75% of our 1440p resolution right now. And I am going to do Ultra with dynamic resolution off. So we're going to get our full 1440p resolution and we're going to see how low we dip. But we're at 1% low, almost the same as high settings. But we average, I think, 65 FPS on a high, and we're down to 61 average. Let's see if we can drop down into the 50s down here as we do the swirly twirly whirly. Nope, looks like we're gonna hold 60. So, with 75% of your resolution on 1440p Ultra, you can hold above 60 at the most CPU-intensive areas. Just barely above 60. But that 1% low went down into the 40s. Ooh, 49. We're going to do a little swirly twirly whirly here. 48. Ooh, we're going to do the zigzag. 47. Ooh, we're going to do more zigzag. 46. Oh, what's happening? We're going down, boys. We're like the Titanic. We're sinking right now. Can we hit 45? Can we hit 45? Oh, we hit 45, dude. Okay, but we're still averaging above 60, so hey, that ain't too bad. All right, now we're gonna turn off dynamic resolution so we get our full 1440p resolution and see what happens on Ultra. Okay, let's see what we get, boys. Let's see if this makes any impact whatsoever. We're still holding above 60 FPS. This is at full 1440p. Still CPU still CPU bottlenecked through every single setting. Still holding 60, just barely holding 60. I think as we go down here, we're gonna drop, boys. What do you think, man? I'm thinking as we go down to the swirly twirly zone, we gonna be dropping down into the 50s, boys. I don't know though. 61 average. Do the swirly twirly whirly, figure 8. A 1% lows down at 48 FPS. The swirly twirly. Hey, dude, she's holding, man. She is stinking holding, but you saw our GPU utilization was way down there. Holy smokes. Yeah, oh, 59, 50X, man. Ooh, 5 gigahertz right there. Ooh, I love seeing that. Ooh, man. Ah, oh, yes, that gets the blood flowing every time I see that 5 gigahertz up there for the CPU. Woo! Hey, man, I'm actually, I'm happy that we held 60 FPS average on Ultra. This is full resolution. Alrighty, guys, well, there is every preset graphical setting in the most CPU-intensive area I have found thus far. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you would like me to do a more GPU-oriented area, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what kind of FPS you guys are getting with your setups. I'm actually very interested because my PC is only 1 generation old, and I feel like I should be averaging way higher than this for many years into the future. I feel like optimization might be going out the window, boys. But alas, thanks for watching, guys. Greatly appreciate it. I am so stinking excited to dive into this game. I've played 4 hours so far. I've had a stinking blast, man. This is definitely a game where you just immerse yourself in the world, which I love. It's a Bethesda game, dude. I'm having a great stinking time. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the game as well. Have a good day, guys.